Guys, welcome back now to round 7 of my regionals. This is a mirror match, Rob Lucci into Rob Lucci, and just my opponent's getting me to split with half and then 5 to the bottom. And I believe my opponent won the dice roll, so my opponent chose to go second, and me, didn't have a very good time of it. So plays 2 spandams in a row. He whiffs the first one, gets the second one off. Big up a guy. I even forgot what card that was, but pretty decent start for my opponent. 5 into leader, and then no triggers. I play a Brook, and then I KO one of the spandams. So it's, as far as things go, it's a relatively normal start. I wouldn't say there's too many highs or too many lows. But again, going second is always, going with even curve is always good. So he used the leader ability and then he missed his stage, which sucks for him. He plays Rob Lucci, and then he's going to KO my Brook there by 3 things to the bin. So pretty good on his behalf. And here I come now with my play. I got a whole bunch of cards in hand, just trying to sort out what I want to do. 5 lead, target the Lucci for the ability. Opponent's just asking me what I put in the bin. He gives me 2k, and I'm just asking my opponent, oh, you're 6 on turn, only because I just want to figure out or map out what he can do. So play 4, play Rebecca, grab a Brook, and then okay, the spandam, and then do nothing. My hand must be god awful. So I go 6 into the Brook, I think, and I'm saying whether I want to, whether I want to let this go or not. I think I should ultimately let this go, but I think I'm just forcing him. Maybe my hand's just bad, but I think maybe I should have just let the Brook slide and then force my opponent to attack it to my life. So 6 into the Brook again, and then he minuses it to make it a 2 cost, and I must have like a million 2Ks in hand if I'm really considering it, or nothing else. He has 5 open now, so I think he just he Khalifa's fixes his hand. I think he draws 2, puts the spandam in the bin. Oh, he's still choosing. He is still deciding, so I'm just watching, making sure that my opponent does it. So put a Khalifa to the bin, and then maybe something else. There you go. Kaku plays another spandam, so he's played I think 4 spandams, so guy got really lucky by being able to play every single spandam in his deck. I wish I had that luck with my characters, but yeah, my opponent getting 4 searches off is pretty good. As you guys can see, I haven't really done much else with it, so his hand is looking a lot better than my hand as far as things go. So I swing 6 to Lucci, but I also target the Lucci with the neg ability, and he 1Ks out. And then I play 2 for a Helmeppo, target the Lucci. Lucci's 0 cost, and I play Rebecca again, and I play a Brook again. Yeah, I'm clutching for straws here. My hand is absolute doo-doo, and going off curve as well, it forces you to stop. So if I had an even curve there, then maybe I could have played a Rob Lucci on top of that to make it nicer, because as you guys can see, I just played a Rebecca into a Helmeppo and then into a Brook, which kind of sucks. So 5 lead, and then he's minuses 1, so I get a trigger for stage there, which is pretty good. But then he Gecko Mori's me here, and then yeah, he pops both of those. I think it's pretty good turn there for my opponent. I think my opponent here, I think he went top 20 for this tournament, so there's no doubt that my opponent's a great player, but also super unfortunate in terms of what my hand has. As you can see, my opponent has a completely full board and 4 life and a relatively healthy hand, whereas me, I have like maybe an extra two cards on top of my opponent, maybe 1 card on top of my opponent, less life and no board at all. So my opponent I'm sure he's very happy with how things are going. It's me just trying to stress and try to figure out what I want to be doing. But I hope for next regionals I do much better. So I swing 5 to lead. I don't sink at the Helmeppo because I don't want my opponent to be able to use the Helmeppo again. So that's why I kind of just leave the Helmeppo on the board. I play 1. I have to play Ice Age on the Gecko. So Gecko is now a 2 cost. Play 8. Play my Sabo. So yeah, I've got the Sabo out, which is great, but I had to trash a blocker for that. If you're trashing a brick, it's always fine, but I have no doubts that the CP Lucci build has a much better time into the Navy build, just because it's easier for the CP build just to continually KO stuff, especially with the addition of the Tempest Kick card. That's just a very great card into the mirror, whereas because I'm not running it, because I don't think that my trash ever really gets to that stages, I'm just not doing it. Maybe I can tweak my deck around. I do like the way my deck runs at the moment. I think it's very good into the majority of the field. Bar this mirror match. But I don't think many people really change their entire decks because of mirror matches. I've got 1 or 2 techs now. In this tournament, I was running Brooks. But yeah, my opponent just does a bunch of swings here. So you can see I've got 3 cards in hand. He minuses it, so my Sabo now costs a 1 because he must have played I think he played 2 Tempest Kicks onto it. Yeah. Plays a Brook, and then he just destroys it with a Brook. So my opponent's board is small, but it is quite wide, but I have 4 cards, 5 cards in hand, and then my opponent I think he still has 5 cards in hand as well. But here, as you can see, I'm not playing what do you call it? Not running a Helmeppo, or not running a Brook, sorry. Gecko Moria. Leader ability, -2 on the Gecko Moria, on the Brook. 3 into Helmeppo. I'm just trying to clear his board because I'm only on 1 life now, so I need to clear the board. It doesn't matter if he can use it doesn't matter if he can reuse the Helmeppo or the ability. I need to get stuff off his board so that I can survive. As you can see here, I am at 1 life. So play the Rob Lucci to clear his board, and then play a Sabo. As you can see, these games are very swingy. I clear his board, he clears my board, so opponent's got 6 cards in hand. He's still got 2 extra life on top of what I have. So he's got double the amount of cards and triple the amount of life. So he swings 7 to life, plays a Gecko, and I think the crazy thing is that my opponent didn't even play a stage, whereas I think just his cards in hand were better. So I don't know if I ended up playing a Gecko. Did I play 1 Gecko Moria? I played a Sabo, sorry. And I think my opponent has played 2 Gecko Morias at this point. And so he doesn't care about KOing, he just wants to get bigger bodies on board, and he's just going to swing to the heavens if he can. So opponent's just asking how many cards I have in hand, and I've told him that I've got 3 cards in hand, and I might need to change the way I hold my cards. Just as I'm watching there, I can see that my opponents might think I'm cheating if I am putting my cards down and then I'm playing with my trash in front of those cards, so potentially could drop a card into my hand and sort of fake it. So for next tournament, I think I'll put my hand towards the front of the camera so they know that I'm not playing around with it. No funny business. So I swing 6 into Lucci, and then use the leader event to target the Lucci. Tell my opponent to have 9 down to left. 6 into the Lucci there. Give my opponent options. See what he decides. I think he just counters out here, right? I think he can keep his blocker up. The more stuff he keeps up is better. So it gives me a 2k there. I swing the Lucci into the Lucci. So another 6 into 6 gives me another 2k. Tap stage, target the Rob Lucci, making it a 1 cost. Opponent's got 4 cards in hand because he just used 2 there for my So I swing 6 into leader. I don't know why I changed it up. So maybe I should have. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I did there, why I chose to swing into live there, because I did end up giving my opponent the stage trigger, which does inevitably help him, but I feel like I should have, if I was swinging with a sub, I should have just swung into his Lucci again. I should have just committed to it. So weird play from me. I think I could have stripped an extra card out of his hand and then kept this stage out of his play field. So maybe that's something I need to look at. Opponent just verifies that none of my cards can be KO'd because I did just play a Sabo that turn. So again, always ask your opponent for clarity in terms about what's going on, and so you don't make any misplays. It's always okay to ask questions about the gameplay. Anyway, not any questions that you want to, but it's always okay to ask questions and about the state of your field and what's in trash. So I know some people have a bit of social anxiety, but I mean, that's something to work on. And you're behind a camera, no one can see your face, so it should be fine. I did contemplate that, and you can see the back of my room is quite messy. I need to clean that up for next time. Maybe I'll put like a green screen backdrop or something, and people can think I'm in the Bahamas or something. That'd be funny. My opponent's deciding about what to do. I think in his case, because I'm on 1 life, I think he should just spam the field and just swing at my board and then just spam the field if he can. He is making a decision here, obviously. He ultimately did better than I did. I think, I can't remember if he went 7-2 or if he went 8-1. But he got 20 plays. I think this is the same guy that I remember. So he swings 9 at Sabo, and there's me deciding I block. He swings another 9 at Sabo. I feel like I should have just let the Sabo go. Leave that block. So he swings 8 into the Lucci there, so I had to let that go there. I think I value that blocker just because it's just so big, and I've got 2 cards in hand. Like, what am I doing with 2 cards? Not many answers, or not many things I can do with 2 cards in my hand. So it's just a few misplays that have got me into the position where I am. Like I said before, I played 1 Sabo. I didn't play any Gecko Warriors, so my opponent has developed a lot of value. So here's me swinging 9 into leader, and then -1 the Rebecca. Play 1, Ice Age of the Gecko Moria. Stage, Gecko Moria is a 1 cost, and then I swing 9. So I put, and I feel like I should have just killed the what do you call it? The Spandam. where am I attacking? So we put 9 into leader, gave him more cards. I feel like I should have just done Spandam there, but that's my mistake. So he just finger pistols out. Now, people like the finger pistol card. I don't rate it. I can't remember if my opponent milled 2 there. It's not entirely relevant at this point in time. He's just doing the maths on how to do some swings. So 5's leader, and then yeah. So this is me. Like, I think I was contemplating I can can it out with a 5, but then risking it. No triggers. I think my opponent should have just put 8 onto. Oh no, he would have put 6, so he would have swung 6. He wouldn't have lost. But he played Rebecca, gets a Spandam, Lucci to grab the Brook. I mean, this is definitely the safer play. So it's 100% fine, and the result didn't end up changing. I think with the amount of cards he had in hand anyway, even if I split my Don, 6 and 4, it would have been a 10 and a 9 and a 10. I don't think I would have got there, but I don't know what cuts him then. So swing 10 into Rob Lucci, and then play Borsalino, and then he removes it, and then he just swings. So I am 5 and 2. So after a hot tear, I was 5 and 2, but is what it is.